Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Today, let's talk about the upcoming transit of Saturn in Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra. How this transit will impact your happiness, your well being, your emotions, your career, finances, and so on. Now, the introduction, the explanation, okay. I did this in two parts. For this video, you will have two introductions mixed together because I know that Purva Bhadrapada is a tough nakshatra. I have always seen a theme of, I would say, self punishment with this nakshatra, punishing the self, even when it's not your mistake, even if it's a mistake, there is this element of harshness towards self. So Saturn's transit in Purva Bhadrapada will be intense. Yes, I won't sugarcoat anything here. But I was doing a reading and I was doing this reading for someone who had actually Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada. So suddenly one beautiful story came into my mind and I thought, let's start this analysis with positivity. Let's talk something beautiful which can give us so much of hope in life. Okay, so first let's listen to that story and then we'll talk about what Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada truly means. Let's go. Out of all of those thousands and thousands of stars in the night sky, there's a star which is so unique and special. It's the star among the stars. We're talking about the pole star, the North Star, or you can say the Dhruvatara. And for the Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, Jupiter plays the role of the pole star. I'll tell you why. See, the pole star is a symbol of hope. When it's just dark around you, it's just pitch dark around you. There's no sun in the sky, there's no moon in the sky. I think it's the pole star which becomes a symbol of home, direction, navigation. So physically it shows you the direction, but spiritually also it shows us the direction, the right path, what is right for us. And that's why if you see the North Pole star and you see the alignment of the Saptarishis as per the pole star, so in all the seasons throughout the year, you'll see that the Saptarishis are revolving around the North Pole star. So that's the beauty, that's the divinity. It said that all the beautiful energy, the golden light which comes from higher power, first filters through the North Star and then reaches to the planets, and then planets, it's coming towards us. So that's the beauty. So the pole star, also known as Dhruva, its journey is not so easy. So the journey started with pain and despair when he was not loved and accepted by his own father, and from there starts the path to deep devotion towards Sri Hari Vishnu. That one pointed focus, that penance which he did on one foot. Remember that penance which was done on one foot. And that led to this blessing of becoming this beautiful pole star who is guiding the world, shining up there in the sky. And everyone looks at this star with so much of love. And not just he became a star, but he found permanent place in the lap of Vishnu. What's better than that? So I think in the Purva Bhadrapada, there's definitely the element of darkness and despair, which is very true. But here, that sattvic nature of Jupiter is also very beautiful. Here, Jupiter acts like the pole star, which will give you that wisdom, which will give you that focus. The only test is that even you go through the darkest times, your deep devotion, your wisdom will guide you. It will help you to walk through this. And again, it's about that light in you. Continuing with that light and deep devotion, connecting to your wisdom at this time, not surrendering to the darkness. Okay, so what to expect when Saturn transits from Purvabhadrapada? See, this is a nakshatra which falls between the domain of Aquarius to Pisces. So, but after achieving all the worldly things and the desires and like all the fulfillment thing is now complete here. And now you're proceeding towards a journey of connecting with the divine, dissolving in that beautiful universe, cosmos, the union with the God. So this phase is so challenging psychologically when you shift your focus from the world, the worldly things, and you connect with divine. Not easy, right? So Saturn, which is the teacher who helps us to learn about life through tough lessons, of course. There are three things which are so significant about this transit. Number one is the foundation. Number two is the devotion. And number three is the improvisation. Because no matter how intense Purvabhadrapada gets due to the influence of Saturn, even Rahu, even Neptune, even Uranus, there's a lot of influence of these planets, but Jupiter continues to be the planet of wisdom and hope here. After all, when Saturn transits in the Jupiter's nakshatra, this is about re-establishing, you have to re-establish your faith. So what are the 3 points which you may see at this time, you may experience at this time? Number one is the foundation. You know that Purvabhadrapada is about standing on one foot. It's not easy to stand on one foot. So during this transit, you have to create a foundation. Your belief system. You have to strengthen your belief system on self, on your core. Because at this time, you may be overwhelmed. Your one foot is in a world where everything was introduced to you. This is what life is. This is what needs to be done. This is the rule you have to follow. This is what life is all about. And then your one foot is in a place which is discovered by you, your belief system, how you view the world, how you experience this world. So there's a tiff between what to follow. The structure which was being introduced to you by your elders or the society, authority, or it's your structure, what you experience, that wisdom given by Jupiter. I should follow this or that. So that belief system, that foundation needs to be strengthened. What is the reality for you? What is your truth? So this is about like standing on one foot, choosing which path you will follow. And definitely when Saturn transits this nakshatra, this is about realization of what your wisdom says to you, what you have realized about life, and trust that, follow it. So it's not easy, right, to be yourself in this world. So this is the first thing. You are the foundation. Your wisdom creates your foundation and your belief system. Okay. And the second part is the devotion. There's definitely great spiritual growth which can happen in this transit. Getting away from all those things which you thought were essential, but no longer it's something which is so important for you. Here the devotion is towards one thing which is important to make you feel strong in life. Devoting your time to something. Because Purvabhadrapada is about utmost devotion, one pointed focus. Entire focus is on something. So it could be you're improving your career, it could be you're improving your finances. I'm not saying it's all spiritual, but it could be the spiritual growth. It could be you're devoted to something which is so important in your life and you are constantly ignoring it, you're not working on it. So devotion is a part of this transit. And also Jupiter is about the spiritual work, it is about divine. So it could also be utmost devotion towards the divine, because something in my life, a pattern is not, it's not changing. So instead of constantly fighting with it or punishing myself, I would rather show faith towards the divine. I would devote towards the divine, and let's see what happens. So that beautiful devotion towards the higher power is also significant. And third is the improvisation. This is a very good transit to go back and recorrect certain things. Any pending work, any unresolved work, great time to work hard towards them. And again, that self-punishment thing is over here. Rather than punishing yourself for certain failure, because you may feel guilty in this transit, you may feel a bit disappointed because of a certain failure of something which never worked for you. So instead of punishing yourself, this is a time to improvise, to work on those things, not blaming yourself all the time, but working on them, bringing some improvisation. And again, that devotion is here. Purvabhadrapada is not easy. Just like Ardhara, Purvabhadrapada, Uttarabhadrapada are ruled by Shiva. And again, that Rudra form of Shiva, which is of course chaos. So this is you trying to stay focused even in the chaos. So Saturn in Purvabhadrapada is about life giving you certain lessons. Life is challenging you in some ways, and still you have that great focus and devotion towards your goal, towards your purpose, and a beautiful faith in you. That wisdom, that beautiful hope coming through Jupiter, that I know my north, I know I am blessed. So just staying connected to that positive part in you, your light, I think it will work wonders. So let's begin. Let's look into how this transit will impact all the signs, your ascendant and the moon sign. So let's begin. Hey everyone, let's talk about Aries. This transit of Saturn in the Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, it's happening in your 11th house. And during this transit, Jupiter, which is the main ruler of this nakshatra, will be in Taurus. And also along with that, I want to focus on Rahu in Pisces, because that will also deeply impact you during this transit, because we have to see the Jupiter ruled houses. So we have Rahu in Pisces, we also have Neptune in Pisces. So this transit is a bit heavy on emotions, but also it is about viewing your life, the vision you want to, how you want to see your life. Now you want to dream big. It's not about the finances, because 11th house, your Saturn is over there, and it could be a feeling of okay, I achieved this, still I'm not happy. I achieved that, still I'm not happy. Maybe I want a better job opportunity. Maybe I want a place where my work is being respected. It is not solely about the money, but the internal bliss and the satisfaction. in life. This is what you desire with this transit. So, for a lot of people, it is about focusing on your work, like on a material and a professional level. It's about sharp focus towards your profession, towards your skill, doing your best. And also it is about distraction from the people around, because at this time you may have a lot of people like the naysayers, people telling you you cannot do this or do that, or maybe it is just the past experiences, painful ones, any time of defeat that comes into picture. You think about it and you feel, okay, I cannot move ahead, I cannot do this. So the main motto here in this transit is, don't let the negative feelings, hold you back from doing your best, because this is a transit of tapping into inner wisdom. And you have Rahu and Pisces in the 12th house. And yeah, for this transit, I'm also focusing on the Neptune, which is also in the Pisces currently. So, very heavy emotions. You don't want to show to others, you don't want to reveal it to others, but you carry so much of burden emotionally that I think somewhere it kills your productivity. And this transit of Saturn and Purvabhadrapada in the 11th house is about, you know, fastening your seat belt and giving your great focus, your best shot in whatever you do. And since this is Saturn, so you will restrict it. You will say, okay, I already did my hard work, I'm doing my best, and then what? But there are certain distractions which do need to go. And also, as I said, the huge influence of 12th house, which is about feeling your emotions but not drowning in them completely. A lot of sensitivity is there. During this transit, Jupiter transits from second house. In Taurus, financially, you will see great prosperity. Financially, you will get new opportunities to improve your money, how to save more money. Like you giving a twist to your skill, whatever you are doing, you're doing things with a twist, with better focus, and um, like a pro, you're doing wonderfully in your work. But the work situation is a bit on the heavy side. Like things are a bit tough. The degree of challenge here is a bit higher. When you are working, you may have a lot of responsibilities. So Jupiter brings the abundance here. But Jupiter also shows some enmity, because Jupiter transits from the enemy sign while Saturn is in Purva Bhadrapada. So it is about some tiff with a family member, or you valued a lot this person, you have a lot of expectations and it's not happening. So it could be also ending certain bonds in this transit, because see, the vital houses, Saturn in the 11th house, Jupiter in the second house. 11th house is social networks, second house is family, and not just your own family but the people you value the most in life also, what you value the most. So the values are getting changed. The picture which was shown to you when you were born, what life is, that takes a different turn here. Now you see the world the way you have experienced it, rather than listening to the narrative. So yes, for Aries, it's a game changer with respect to attaining a strong position. See, you know your work, but professionally, it's a step up time. And of course, it won't be easy. I will not sugarcoat. Saturn and Purva Bhadrapada is about doing a tough job. It's not easy. So it's just that you have done a lot of work, but now you have to go higher. You cannot stay in that place. So for that, you need to work more, learn better skills, whatever it demands to do better in life. And of course, Rahu in Pisces in the 12th house, and Jupiter also rules your ninth house. So it may bring opportunities to go away from home to the foreign lands, some kind of adventurous trip, a spiritual journey awaits here. Maybe it's not about traveling to spiritual places, just focusing on a certain worship, like focus on a certain deity, focusing on a certain way of spiritual practice, and strengthening your connection with the divine, whatever your belief system is. So yeah, spiritually also there's a lot of growth, financially there's a lot of growth, but also you must take care of how you spend your money. For Taurus, this is a very special transit. Um, on a, if I say on a positive note, it's special, but also when it comes to the work you have to do, it is a significant transit. What you do, what you take in your hands, how you commit to your work, it really, really matters. So make the most of this transit. I'll tell you why. Because Saturn and Purvabhadrapada in your 10th house of profession and what you're doing in this world, your actions. And during this transit, most of the time, Jupiter in your first house in Taurus, this is the time, of course there is some harshness, there is a lot of hard work, but there is also many blessings coming in your life. And I think you not giving up is directly proportional to more and more blessings and gifts coming in your life. There is a major makeover here financially, how you look, like major makeover, major glow up, whatever you understand here. But this is really about expansion. But yes, I think for a lot of people, this transit is about taking some major decision in their career or taking a leap of faith in your professional journey. Some hard decisions have to be made. Maybe it's a change of company you always wanted to do, but it looks so risky. It looks so risky. It's so risky to go on this adventurous journey you wanted to. So yeah, like that change you want is risky, keeping you on edge, a bit worried about the future stability of the career. And you don't have to worry, because something is being reborn here, something is being regenerated here. Jupiter rules the 8th house and the 11th house. So deep transformation in the career happens. You might be working under some pressure. It's not maybe about the surrounding at the work front, but what life is bringing and how life is treating you. There is a lot of pressure, and in that pressure you have to perform very well. This is what this transit is about, and you will do wonderfully since you have the support of Jupiter in your first house. Yes, even though Taurus is the enemy sign, but still Jupiter will support you because you know how to bounce back to that state of positivity. Jupiter brings that revival and happiness and energy, because it helps you to tap into your wisdom. Wisdom is so significant in this transit. Trusting your wisdom is important, not restricting it, not using it. What people will say if I follow what I feel is right. So there is major change in also how you look Maybe it's not coming from a desire to change how you look and how you live your life, but there is this some challenge with respect to health, with respect to your energy levels, that you are literally being pushed to take care of yourself, pushed to be more focused on what you eat and how you take care of yourself. And that could be the thing. And also, in this transit we are focusing on the Rahu's placement in Pisces, and we also have Neptune there in the Pisces. Yeah, I'm considering Neptune as well. Neptune is this deep, deep ocean of emotions, layers of emotions you carry within. And the Rahu is in Pisces in the 11th house. So this is about fluctuations, exponential growth of finances. Suddenly you get this success, suddenly you achieve what you want, but how long it will last in your hands, it depends upon how you take care of it, how you take your actions, how you plan things. Because this is not a transit where you take things in a funny way, lightly. No, here I have mentioned this in the intro also, time is the coin, and for Taurus, time is the coin, how you use it. Because you may get very good opportunities, but if you don't take care of them, if you don't act on time, you may lose those opportunities. So, financially, I do see prosperity. Financially, I see growth here as well. On emotional level, um, deep within you have a lot of insecurities or doubts regarding certain people in your life. You don't it's like there is no clarity. You know something is off, but it's not out there in the open. Like, these people don't say anything to you in a straight away manner, so that coldness is a bit of cold interaction or cold rapport is there with the people in the social network or important friendships. And for a lot of you, it could also be about meeting an old friend, childhood friends, getting along with them. And when you get along with them, you will be reminded of a certain quality of yours, certain ability of yours, and you'll be so happy. It could also be about reconnecting about a thing which you used to do in childhood and you used to enjoy it, and you will go back to that hobby, that activity, and it will make you so happy. Because Saturn is about a tough schedule at the work front. So, to bring that joy, Jupiter revives certain childhood memory, a certain thing you used to do, a habit or hobby, and you'll be very happy. There's a lot of creativity also. If you're a creative person, not about just art or music, but if you're someone who is full of new ideas, I think when you invest those ideas in your work this time and be consistent, consistent is the key word for you, and you will do very well in your profession. But yeah, yes, there is burden with respect to the workload is there. For Gemini, right now, Saturn is transiting from the ninth house in Aquarius, and very soon it will be in the Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra. The ruling planet of this nakshatra, Jupiter, rules the 7th and the 10th house in your chart, and during this transit, for a major period of time, Jupiter will transit from Taurus, which is your 12th house. So, my dear Geminis, what is the most important theme of this transit? To see the goodness in you and acknowledge it. Don't look around to find that joy, that approval. There is isolation. Sorry to say, in this transit, you may feel isolation or you may feel the need to be in isolation. Maybe you're consciously choosing to be in seclusion, be alone, because there is um, a beautiful idea, a plan, a desire you want in life, but you're not getting enough time, you're not getting enough space, you're not getting that right state of mind to pursue it. And also, there is a burden on you when Saturn reaches to Purvabhadrapada. And also, we are in this transit, we are also looking at Rahu and Pisces in the 10th house. There is Neptune as well in the Pisces. So, what 10th house is about? The world, the society. And what will happen with this? You will be blamed. Oh, you think differently. Oh, you are so weird. No, you're not weird. It's you being doing your thing, doing things the way you like to, doing things the way you have experienced life, and it's your wisdom which is doing so. But Rahu in Pisces is about that. It's like you walk half of the distance and you rush back to the part from where you started. You're not completing your journey because of that heavy emotion of fear, because Neptune also induces those heavy emotions, that I will not be approved by the world, my work may not be approved by the world. So the need to take all of your resources, because as I said, at this time Jupiter transits from Taurus, your 12th house. Taurus is resources, whatever you have, your finances, the tools you have, the skills you have, the most beautiful qualities you have. And even those qualities which you are not confident about, you bring everything together to a safe place, like how sometimes animals go into hibernation. Okay, you collect everything and you isolate, you sit in one place and decide, okay, what needs to be done now? What should I do? This could also be not just about your career, or in general, like where you want to go with your life, on a spiritual level also, you want to be strong mentally, spiritually. But this is also a lot about your love life, about your partnership, marriage, romantic connections, because Jupiter in this transit, as Saturn transits from Purva Bhadrapada, Jupiter is your seventh lord transiting from 12th in Taurus. So it could be um, also about not being present mentally in your connection. Because see, Jupiter in Taurus is an enemy sign, so you may feel that the other person is not giving the value which you truly deserve. Okay, so you may feel a bit uh, isolated, or you might not be very open to be in love. You may actually find people who are approaching you with some kind of love or a valuable thing. Like, if you get into a partnership with me, if you are in a friendship with me, if you are in this business with me, I offer you this, I offer you that, but you are reluctant to take that offer because Saturn shows the opportunity in the ninth house of something coming to you, something valuable, but you're not very sure, like, I should take this or not. So that vigilance is required for you. The theme of this transit is vigilance, observation, and listening to your wisdom, what you have learned from life till now. You should not be confused about understanding someone's actions. Your wisdom will guide you about knowing the difference between the right and wrong, the good and the bad. And Jupiter brings great spiritual growth as well. Yeah, it's in Venus signs, but still, it's you moving beyond that luxury and the love for the good things. Now you're giving love to self, love to the most beautiful parts of you, whether it's your skill, whether it's your knowledge, whether it's your lovely smile, whether it's how you live your life, creating a safe place, because Taurus is also about security. So creating that security in life, and also you might be a bit stingy with respect to money. You may spend on yourself, but when it comes to the family ties, there will be situations where you have to spend a lot, and you may not like to. You may not want to spend a lot of money on others. I'm not saying that you're selfish, but yeah, maybe there is some plan with respect to money, how you want to save it. You're not very open to do that. But yes, opportunities in love may come to you. And again, I would say go slow with that. And yeah, Saturn in the Purva Bhadrapada ninth house also brings new work opportunities, and such work opportunities where you have to take a risk, like to leave the present and go into present situation, the present place, and go into that next phase, next job. It's not easy, like a decision has to be made. But I think the opportunity you may take at this time on a long term basis, it will give you very strong stability, and you may get a lot of guidance at this time from elderly people, experienced people, but only follow those things which do resonate with you. Listen to your wisdom, most importantly. And higher learning is also possible at this time. For Cancer, Saturn is transiting from the 8th house, and soon it will be in the Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra. In your chart, Jupiter, which is the ruler of this nakshatra, rules over the 6th and the ninth house. There's a lot which you will overcome in this transit. That devotion, that power, that, I would say, the courage which is required to go beyond a challenge, to go beyond a risky situation or obstacle will happen now. Because Jupiter brings that deep desire to reach to your goal. You can see much better here. You will have the clarity of your life, where you are going. And also a very strong lesson which comes from this transit, as it is happening in your 8th house, is to trust your choices, trust your skills, your actions, whatever you are doing. Because what I see with this is your one step, your one foot is in some other direction, and the other foot is somewhere else, like one foot in one boat and the one foot in the another boat. So decision making is required here. Fixation, focusing on one thing. There is indecisiveness, but you have to find that clarity and to trust one thing at one time, and that brings the success. And in the entire transit of this Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada, Jupiter will be in 11th house in Taurus. So all that risk you take, all that courage you showed, it will bring material growth and financial abundance. There is splendid growth with respect to money. If your finances were stuck, some amount has to be credited to your account, coming from through your business or a profit or something which was pending. I think it will come with this placement. Jupiter will bring you that expansion. It's just that how much you trust your work, because Saturn is the karaka of profession in the Jupiter's nakshatra at this time. So trusting, having faith, and that utmost focus here is required. And of course, we cannot forget the placement of Rahu here. Rahu in Pisces. So we will see the results of this house as well. Of course, this Rahu is bringing its own result. But Saturn reaching to this nakshatra of Jupiter, Rahu's impact will be further expanded. So in the ninth house, there is not just Rahu and Pisces, but Neptune as well. So this is about a lot of travel. You're not sitting at one place for a long time. It could be international travel. It could be within your country. You're traveling to places. And this is to enhance your finances. This is to enhance maybe your skills, how your learning may happen. Maybe this is about finding a brilliant opportunity, a very good work opportunity, which may take you to faraway places. But when it comes to the matters of heart, love, companionship, friendships, I think this transit might not be so great for the Cancer people, because as I mentioned, Jupiter at this time transits from 11th house in Taurus. The relationships may become like a commodity. You may feel that people just see the extrinsic value of you. That deeper connection is missing in certain friendships or romantic connection. So Saturn brings the need to go deeper into a certain friendship or relationship, to for a while forget about that external beauty, that external bling and the glitter, and to dive deeper into the reality of a certain partnership or a bond, which will happen intensely at this time. But financially, there is definitely growth. And of course, we always say 8th house is the house of rebirth. This is the house of being born again. This is the house of death, but also the revival. So you are going to revive from something which has been so challenging. Like, this situation might be so controlling in your life. It could be a situation, it could be some guilt, some sadness which is binding you like anything. So now you devote yourself. In this transit, you will be so focused to get rid of this feeling or this situation, and you must show faith as well in yourself. And the Rahu also brings a lot of help here. Rahu brings certain experiences or opportunities which will help you to come out of your setbacks, and you're working very hard. It's not about the career, but for the Cancer, I see the biggest setback is somewhere the very heavy emotion, a burden you carry, which brought this death-like situation ending, and you don't know where you are going. So there is a revival. There is gain of confidence coming, gain of confidence over here, coming back to that healthy form, healthy shape. Maybe, taking care of your health might be there. And of course, I am pointing towards Neptune also in this transit. So Neptune in your ninth house. I think a wonderful time to learn things, to invest into a new hobby, learning a new skill, giving your great dedication into that work. And this will help you on long-term basis, emotionally, physically, and the career will also enhance. So I think for the Cancer, the theme is to see into the depth of relationships, to see in the depth of your own, and let go or get rid of certain burdens which are just a burden now. Like those things not even matter to you right now. It's gone. For Leo, Saturn will be transiting from 7th house in the Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, and during this transit, Jupiter, the Nakshatra Lord for Purvabhadrapada, will transit from the 10th house in Taurus. So, two planets which are so significant with respect to this nakshatra, Saturn and Jupiter, will be in the Kendra houses, 7th and the 10th house, during the major part of this transit. So this is about establishment of a certain foundation, establishing a certain pillar in your life. It could be making something very strong, like you already have some success in your hands, you have a certain achievement in your hands, so you are reinforcing it, making it much better. For some people it is also about reinitiating with respect to work as well. So for Leo, the theme is the enhancement of your professional journey and your finances, but also your focus is to increase your worth, like your net worth, your value as a professional, what you can offer to the world, how people see you through your profession, the wisdom and the knowledge you are giving. So there is definitely popularity, there's definitely more success. People will be very respectful towards the work you are doing. As Saturn is in 7th house in the Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, now the Nakshatra Lord Jupiter rules the 8th house and the 5th house. So this could also be dealing with a certain past life connection. It could be someone, a romantic connection. It could be a friendship, a very strong friendship, or someone significant coming into your life. And from this person, you may, like this person helps you to get rid of a certain fear, a certain challenge of your own. Because Saturn in Purvabhadrapada, the Jupiter rules the 8th house of transformation. And we also have Rahu over there in Pisces. So Rahu brings this instant, sudden change, sudden shift in life because someone entered into your space. And it is some kind of partnership or association. So when you meet this significant person, or you meet certain people, maybe it's not about partnership, but meeting people through your public life, some setback may happen, a challenge may happen, and you're no more fearful of it. You're no more running away from that challenge or your weakness, but instead you're facing it and you're so devoted to be strong and just do your thing at the right time, and you're not running away from the situation. So strength and confidence is revived in this transit. The fear of facing the people will go away as you work very amazingly towards your skills, towards how you deal with the world. That is the major theme. I'm not running away. Instead, I'll be there, I'll stand there, and I will fix it. I will face the world with a lot of courage and confidence. So The career also takes a major shift from here, as I already mentioned, but along with that, how the world views you as a professional and even as a person, that also is going to shift. Now people will no more be looking at your weaknesses, or if any time in the past people were recalling your weaknesses or any failures, I think this transit will put an end to that, because during this transit you will show such courage and strength that you are absolutely going to be so amazing. Like people will just be so amazed with your success. Of course, Purvabhadrapada does bring some challenges as well, and I do see challenges in the realm of relationships, romantic connections. It is just about looking beyond all that romance and softness in a relationship and understanding the ground reality, to be practical, to know someone with depth. So, this is what Saturn may bring, the need to understand the other person's perspective, the need to understand someone's life in a great depth. Because first house is you, and as Saturn is in the seventh house, definitely you will learn a lot from the other person's life. Or it could be, for some people, it could be if you are in marriage, if you're in a partnership, that other person's journey, this person's lifestyle and choices may deeply influence you at this time. And you may also make a new alliance with respect to business, with respect to work collaboration. It could also be a new contract may happen, but not a very good time to start with something new. Instead, it's a good time to make things better, what is already there in with you, already which is there in your hands. If you're initiating something at this time, the start may be a bit rocky and difficult, and if already things are challenging, whatever the situation, it's work or love or finances, I think if you work now in this transit, it will get better, it will get fixed, it will get so improved, whether it's your money. So you will emerge out to be a very strong personality during this transit. And of course, we're not just looking at the Rahu in Pisces, but I also want to talk about the Neptune in Pisces in the eighth house right now. So Neptune brings that weight of heavy emotions, and no one can see it. If you wake up and you say, oh my god, why am I feeling so lethargic today? I slept at the right time and everything was okay. It's the Neptune which is bringing so much of weight on the mind, that fogginess which is in your eighth house with Rahu right now. So, for that, I think a lot of movement is required. Taking care of your health is also required. And don't allow your heavy emotions to keep you stuck, to keep you overwhelmed in one state for a long time. You can be deeply devoted to your work. Don't get distracted. I think Saturn brings the opportunity to deeply devote yourself towards doing something which brings change in the world. Like you will be required, you will be needed by other people at this time, and you will devote yourself in this process. And a lot of research you may do in the field of occult You may dive deeper into spirituality as well. For Virgo, Saturn will transit from the Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, which is your sixth house. And in this entire transit, Jupiter will transit from your ninth house in Taurus. So, first thing, I would say this is a great forward movement in life. All that stagnation which you may be going through right now, it could be simply not being very active, not having enough energy, or it's not about energy, just not having enough faith to go forward and do what you want to, or there's this fogginess, I can't see what's next in my life. I think this do will resolve, and I think you're also enhancing your spiritual journey. There's more. Yeah, Jupiter will be in Taurus in the ninth house. So I won't say that being in Taurus it will impact your spiritual journey. No, I think it will get more fixated, more. I think you'll be more devoted towards your spiritual path, and whatever the prayers you were doing till now, the prayers will be answered. No, I'm not saying the wish fulfillment, but you will get the answers. You will be shown the direction. You will get that positive hope. If that doesn't happen, whatever you desired, but great things are waiting for you. Because for Virgos, Saturn being in Purva Bhadrapada, which is your sixth house of obstacles, and also this is the house of the debts, the financial debt, and also the karmic debt we carry. So the biggest dilemma, the biggest challenge is, what if my journey is not aligned with what I want, how I want it to be? So Jupiter transiting from the ninth house during this transit will bring such changes. Of course, it might be a detour, it might be a different direction than expected, but you may find something valuable in that direction. So there is this positivity, luck, and blessing coming through Jupiter, and of course, deep devotion towards a certain deity, deep devotion towards your spiritual path. The faith is getting stronger, and there is happiness as well. Apart from that, this is also about letting go certain challenge, maybe a battle, maybe a conflict where you should not be participating anymore, because I think there's more to lose with with respect to your happiness and your energy, and you have this confidence now that I need to move on from this. It could also be impacting your legal battles if you have any legal battle going on right now. You're more focused towards making some change in that battle. And I think Jupiter will also support you in the legal battle to see what's next, to moving on to the next stage. So it will be helpful. And also significant improvement in health. You're more focused towards improving life. Like until now, maybe you were working on the health, but from here, now you're working on your spiritual quotient. Till now, it was the physical quotient. So being more happy Wherever you are, whatever things you have in your hands, that fulfillment, that happiness matters a lot. Jupiter may take you to temples or spiritual places at this time. Jupiter also rules the fourth house. So during this transit, maybe you are using a major chunk of your money to purchase some vehicle or to travel to a certain place. And how can we ignore the transit of Rahu in Pisces in your seventh house? Because this is also going to impact the result of this transit. So, Rahu in Pisces, and there's Neptune as well within the same house in this transit. So, this could be a lot of confusion in the matters of love, in the matters of romance. This is a conflict of what you have experienced till now and what you may see coming towards you. It's bringing lack of trust with respect to what's there in front of you. New people coming in your life. It could be same person coming back in your life, but I think there's such emotional wound within you which doesn't make you open towards the world. With Rahu here and the Neptune in Pisces, there is this deep need to get emotional fulfillment, emotional support. But there is also some reluctance to move forward, to resolve your challenges. So, in this entire transit, you are in these two phases of chasing what you want and very excited about life, excited about meeting people. And then there are also times when you are running away from people. I think there is a fear of intimacy, more of emotional intimacy, which you may experience because Saturn in Purvabhadrapada shows this activation of memory or looking behind, looking in the past, where how you might have depended on someone and all you got was a big wound or hurt. So that conflict is happening as you have Saturn and Rahu in the sixth and the seventh house. But for some people, it could also be a very quick change in your relationships, like finding someone new, falling in love very instantly. That kind of change may also happen. So overall for Virgo, Saturn in Purvabhadrapada is about improvement in wealth, improvement in their health, but still, what hurts you the most, that part may get much intense. And that's why there is the need to keep your focus on the good things of life, to heal through your spiritual work or to heal through learning something new. For a lot of people, it could be higher learning, improvement of the skills, and moving forward, moving beyond your obstacles will happen here because you have decided to give your entire attention to the good things in life. For Libra, Saturn will transit from Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, which is your fifth house. And the Jupiter, which is the lord of this nakshatra, will transit from the eighth house in this entire transit. Like for the most of the time, Jupiter will be in your eighth house in Taurus, and Jupiter rules over the third and the sixth house in your chart. Fifth house is what? Fifth house is about intelligence. This is about emotional intelligence. This is about the skills, the potential you carry. I mean, there's a reason why This is the house of emotional intelligence and also the potential. So, if emotionally you go through something, automatically it impacts your potential. And in this transit, you're wasting a lot of time in worrying about your potential. Oh my God, I'm losing my power. I'm losing my energy. I'm not having enough faith in my work. It's not about, okay, you're going through some major loss, even a minor inconvenience, especially with respect to the money or not getting enough value for what you are doing. Maybe it's just about respect. You feel doomed. It's just that what you feel is exponential, it's multiplied, it's intense rather than the situation which is happening. So, the Saturn's transit in the Purvabhadrapada is about sharp focus of mind, a very clear mind. Do not challenge yourself. Do not restrict yourself because your mind goes through these highs and lows. Okay? And you may feel like I'm tired of challenging my own self. And as Jupiter is, going through this eighth house in Taurus, and you are someone who is ruled by Venus. So for you, this Jupiter's transit is very significant. It brings that revival. It will make you feel awake. It will strengthen you that I cannot continue to live my life like this. I must start giving value to wherever I am and whatever I have. This is the huge lesson coming through this transit. Learning to value what you have created and what you have right now, and this becomes the key for growth. This becomes the key to make better foundation. And how can we ignore the transit of Rahu in Pisces? Because Rahu will also deeply influence this transit. Since Saturn is in the Jupiter's nakshatra, Rahu is in Jupiter's sign. And we are this time considering Neptune as well. We also have Neptune in the 6th house in Pisces. So what Rahu is doing, I think Rahu brings material expansion here. Rahu brings that exposure, that place, that situation where you can grow. The only thing I see here is a lot of confusion created by the competitors and the rivalry. But you must learn by the experience. If someone is constantly warning you, constantly making fun of you, I think by this time you know the limit of the other person. Like, again, that fear is there of what will happen, what the other person will say, what the other person will do. But I think there is this beautiful wisdom you have, this experience you have, you know what a certain person can do in your life. So going beyond that fear, going beyond that competition is going to happen. And health is something so important for the Libra people in this transit. You may undergo some kind of treatment, prolonged treatment for a chronic health issue. It could be related to some kind of maybe eating disorder. It could be something about nutrition, like malnutrition, or diseases connected to over nutrition, like too much of blood sugar. So it's about the changes in the metabolism, or something related to food might be there, maybe related to the liver might be there. So health needs great care at this time. For Libra, the positive thing with respect to this transit is so much of trust and the empowerment you will have. I have mentioned this transit is about sharp focus and deep devotion, and you are deeply devoting to self, like you're falling in love with self in this transit, giving yourself that support. And also there's a lot of support coming from the people as well. The important people around you, they will help you, they will support you, but not a good time to give money, lend money to other people. So financially, you have to make good decisions, strong decisions at this time. No rush to give money to someone, no rush to invest money into any place, no sudden quick ways of growing your finances at this time. And there's definitely some gain coming through inheritance, or like a reward, like a sudden surprise is there for the Libra people. But overall, deep devotion towards your mind, not restricting yourself, not limiting yourself. Don't let your mind limit you. Don't limit your mind. That freedom of mind is significant. And some kind of help is also coming to you at this time. But sometimes your mind may become your own enemy in this transit. As I said, we have to see Rahu in Pisces. So maybe lack of decisiveness is there, where you have to work the most. For Scorpio, Saturn will be transiting from Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, which is your fourth house, and the Nakshatra Lord Jupiter will be in the seventh house during this entire transit. So Saturn and Jupiter in the Kendra houses, fourth and the seventh. This is about establishing some strong foundation in life, and this foundation is regarding family, relationships, significant family bonds, partnership, love. Yes, the theme for Scorpio is about family, happiness, important connections in life, public life, the overall human to human connection. Not just because Jupiter transits from seventh house in this transit, but Saturn is in the fourth house of emotional state, your emotional security. Do you limit yourself to connect with others? Do you open to commit to others, connect to others? And also the Nakshatra Lord Jupiter for Purvabhadrapada rules the second house of family and fifth house of romance. Fifth house also represents the connections coming from the past life as well. And in the fifth house, we do have Rahu in Pisces. We cannot ignore that transit as well. So first of all, let's just understand what Saturn in Purvabhadrapada in your fourth house is about. Learning to be in some balance. When you know something is not right, it could be overwhelming emotions. Maybe it's a situation which is testing your security, how safe you feel. You're not feeling emotionally safe, yet you're working so beautifully to be there in that situation and doing your work. You're not running away. You're not shying away. You're not afraid of anything. But you stay there and you do your work. You stay there, you sustain to grow, to put down your roots. this is what you are doing. So some significant step might be taken here, like purchasing of a vehicle, purchasing of a house, moving into a new place along with your family, along with your partner. Some kind of financially collaboration may happen with the loved ones to buy something, to get something as well. On a very soul level, Saturn in Purvabhadrapada is about facing your deep fears, facing the fear of isolation, facing the fear of having a wrong company, and learning to be flexible with your life. You don't have to be too rigid to cut away people, to cut away your important connections because you want to be safe, you don't want to be in a mess. And you don't have to overgive, you don't have to over participate with those people who are not good for you. There is some struggle with the trust, how much to open up, how much to trust, and you will learn it in this transit. You will balance it in this transit. The theme is, if something is not working in your life, you should not put your entire focus on what's not working, but to put your entire focus on what's working, whatever it is, the positive, the ray of hope. And Jupiter brings some kind of new initiation in the matters of love, in the matters of union, romance, meeting someone significant may happen. Some kind of collaboration, partnership may happen, which will enhance the finances, which will enhance the profit. But emotionally, yes, for Scorpio, it's challenging. Because for Scorpios, it's not easy to overlook something, to overlook what has been done, how bad someone was towards you. It's not about grudge, but it's about a memory which cannot be forgiven. And when you carry that memory, it gets more heavy and heavy. And of course, Saturn in the fourth house right now, it is heavy. And it could also be doing a lot for your loved ones at this time, fulfilling your responsibilities, giving a part of you to others. This is might be so challenging for you right now that you are over giving. So learning to get back towards self, get back towards what you were doing, that flexibility of how much I should open up, how much I should do something for others, and how much I should focus on self, that happens. Popularity is there, fame. People are talking about you, about your success, about your achievements at this time. You're flourishing beautifully at this time. Financial abundance is here. And definitely new initiations with respect to some kind of collaboration, partnership happens here. Support is here, support from people, community. Also, we cannot forget the Rahu's placement. Rahu in the fifth house in Pisces, so it will also show its great results here since it's in the Jupiter sign. And also we are looking at Neptune. Neptune is also deeply connected to Purvabhadrapada. So Rahu and Neptune both in Pisces right now. Fifth house of emotional intelligence, children, hobby, what you want to give birth to in this life, a project, a work, something you want to create comes from this house. So you are definitely putting a lot of effort into some kind of creative work, hobby. Maybe you wanted to learn something, and this desire, this dream is very old, since your childhood maybe. you wanted to do something, you wanted to travel with your friends, maybe simply. So something so beautiful connected with the joy you want to experience, you are doing it. Maybe it's just some book you always wanted to read, you will complete reading that book. So completion, what you started but it never happened, and it's so connected to your joy, you are doing that. Meeting old friends may happen. Rahu may, of course, create confusion. We also have Neptune here, so it shows some presumption within. When it comes to love, when it comes to emotional connections, there's certain presumptions you have in your mind, which may force you to take decisions. You're not looking at the current situation, you're just thinking, oh, this may happen, that may happen, and that emotional reaction may be quite quick before anything even happens. So don't make very quick decisions. Observing everything, understanding the depth of every situation is important. For Sagittarius, Saturn will be transiting from Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, which is your third house. This is a very significant transit for Sagittarius because Saturn is transiting from the nakshatra of Jupiter. And of course, Jupiter rules over your first house, your identity, your ascendant, your physical body, and how you view the world. And Jupiter also rules the fourth house of emotions, the security, the safety you need in life, the safety you want in life. And of course, in the fourth house, there is Rahu right now in Pisces. So you will see impact of that as well. So Saturn transiting from third house in Purvabhadrapada. This is about not wasting your time to explain about yourself to the world, especially when people just want to see what they want to. They just want to point out your faults. They just want to judge you. How long you can fight with the judgment the people do? Always they judge you for how you look, what you wear, or how you succeeded. And this judgment mostly revolves around looking at you in a negative way. What you lack in life, what you cannot do in life, where you failed in life. This is about stepping up and feeling very empowered, bringing that entire focus to one point, and that is your courage. Third house is about courage, decisions, about efforts, and Purva Bhadrapada is about devotion. So, to create something, you should focus, you should be devoted towards that goal. So deep devotion and focus towards a certain goal may happen. It could be regarding the career, it could be regarding starting with your own work, maybe it could be improving your relationships, or being very focused towards where to invest yourself, your energy, your time, whether it's people, whether it's work, whether it's some kind of investment. So very focused towards where to put in your efforts. And you're meeting a lot of people in this transit, all kinds of people who can be great guides, who can be great support system, and also people who are pulling your leg. They're challenging you, they're criticizing you. So a lot of time may get wasted in explaining yourself, proving yourself. No, I'm right, I'm doing good, I'm better. So you must limit yourself with respect to that, where you explain yourself to the wrong people, and instead focus on your work, focus on how you can make things better. That deep devotion towards the self is significant. It could be also travel because of work, commuting, commuting to far distant places. The travel part of your work may get challenging at this time. It can lead to arguments as well because Purva Bhadrapada has a great connection with anger. So your anger may get very challenging for yourself. Be careful of what you say, how you say, because when you get into this anger mode, you may upset yourself first, and also you may create blocks in your own goals. So, learning about balancing how you talk, how you connect with others, I think a Saturn here indicates walking away, simply walking away from such people, such circumstances, and situations which are painful, and you know that nothing can be improved here rather than wasting a lot of effort and energy into these places. And in this entire transit of Saturn in this nakshatra of Jupiter, Jupiter is transiting from Taurus, which is your sixth house. So it will give you success in fighting any rivalry and competition. I think competition may become the theme for Sagittarius. It could be you sitting for a certain competitive exam. It could be you simply facing a lot of competition at the work front. For some people, it is also struggling with respect to the sibling rivalry or with some relative. Again, choose your battle wisely, is what you have to follow at this time. But Jupiter will bring success as well. There is a degree of difficulty because Jupiter rules your first house, and in this transit, it transits from sixth house. Maybe you have to share your resources, and you may not like sharing your money or resources. It could be simply some health struggles which may delay your work at this time. And Saturn in the third house and Jupiter in the sixth house in this transit, there's a lot about the physical things in life, money. Maybe it's your health, your body, your physical body. You have to take care of these things more. There is a fear of judgment again. Maybe people judging you on the basis of how you look. Maybe it's you criticizing yourself, your body, how you look. But I think Saturn brings that great message here that just look back how you were growing, how you have dealt with all the challenges, and how you're moving forward, this aging or like this maturity which you are achieving. You're so beautiful, you are a legend. So getting proud of yourself is important, not looking at your I would say insecurities. There is some insecurity with respect to how you look, your body, which needs to go away. And Saturn brings that maturity to get rid of those insecurities and becoming very happy about how you have grown, how you have matured so beautifully. Health needs a lot of care for Sagittarius. It could be eating too much, it could be eating very less, eating a certain type of food. So the food intake is not balanced somewhere. It could be some medication which may create troubles for you. So what you eat is important. And yes, there is a lot of power. There is great improvement in the career as well. You're trying to work on your finances as well. You may start with a new work project. You may start with the work of your own, maybe. Uh, Maybe you are given a very difficult work project where you have to make certain decisions. You have to be the one who creates a structure, rules, and regulations. So you have maximum work, maximum load over your shoulders. And we cannot ignore the Rahu's placement. There's Rahu in the fourth house, and also for Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada transit, we're also looking at the Neptune's placement. Neptune in Pisces, along with Rahu in the fourth house. I think a lot of Sagittarius people right now is looking for that comfort, a very safe place. Though Sagittarius is about this adventurous ride, um, you don't stick to one place for long, you don't stick to a certain situation for long. You have to grow, you have to move forward, but there is a need to feel safe in your friendships, in your family bonds, in your connections. And Rahu here shows some worry regarding mother, some worry regarding a very important loved one, and you're literally so busy in taking care of that person. Your mind is occupied so much that you're not thinking about self. It could also be traveling far away from loved ones. This will enhance your finances, but at the back of your mind, you're worried who will take care of them behind you. For a lot of people, it could also be bringing more luxury in your life, working hard and improving your life, making it more rich and luxurious. But ultimately, the goal of Saturn in the Purva Bhadrapada is to overcome your obstacles, that hesitation, that sometimes that inability to confront certain challenges. You have to go beyond it. So as I mentioned in the intro, that this transit is about deep devotion and focus even in the chaos. I think the chaos comes from the fourth house, which is emotional turmoil, or simply it's lack of security in life, and yet you don't care for that anymore, and you're just looking forward. How can I fix now? How can I fix the future? How can I be more dedicated towards healing, or towards creating more resources, or to fight my challenges rather than crying over my challenges? So Saturn will strengthen you. This transit is to make you someone very rock solid, very successful, focused towards your dreams. No one can just come into the picture and make you feel nervous. You're going beyond that nervousness. For Capricorn, Saturn will transit from Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, which is your second house. And the Nakshatra Lord for Purva Bhadrapada, Jupiter, rules the 12th and the 3rd house. The theme of this transit is the management of your finances, your money, because this may challenge your ability to save your finances. You may plan something, and then there is some unexpected expenditure. So there is slight challenge with respect to the stability of the money, but do not worry. You will continue to grow your finances. You will continue to do your best, very dedicated. All you need to do is to train your mind that you can do very well, because that's subconscious. Sagittarius ruling your 12th house, and during this transit of Saturn and Purva Bhadrapada, Jupiter will transit from the 5th house in Taurus. So very deep rooted limitations. You have freedom in your hands. You do have some freedom, but um Jupiter ruling the 12th house, of course, the 12th house will bring results in this transit, and Saturn in the second house. So it relates a lot towards the memories of childhood, second house, because in this entire transit, see, Saturn in the second house of family and finances, Jupiter in the fifth house, which represents your growing up, something significant with respect to your childhood, the ideology, the psychology. So it's about some beliefs which are keeping you stuck, certain experiences. Because of them, you reject your own dreams, you reject your own ideas. Maybe you're rejecting your own stuff because you have some experience with respect to the rejection of very important people in your life, how they were not agreeing with you. So that one pointed focus, that concentration, that devotion is towards what you love, towards what makes you happy in life. You are chasing happiness. If in one line, if someone asks me, what is the theme of this transit for Capricorn people? I would say chasing your happiness, chasing of what you always wanted with great devotion. If your mind says, okay, this is so impossible, I think you will make it happen with your hard work, with your faith, and this beautiful support from divine, as Jupiter is transiting from fifth house. If you take one step, I think automatically you will find full support from the divine. There is great assistance, and also some major changes in your diet or what you eat. Maybe you will try to eat a certain kind of food. You're limiting yourself with respect to what you eat. Some kind of dietary restrictions might happen so that you may improve your health. So something significant, maybe the routine of life, how you eat, what you eat, and this could also be taking up a responsibility of a certain loved one, like taking full responsibility of someone, taking care of a certain elder in your family. So there is some burden with respect to the family life, and you may feel that this burden, this responsibility may interfere in your career because you're not having enough energy or time to invest in your work. So you have to divide your time. You may struggle in dividing that time between home and work. But the beautiful part is that in this transit, you are overcoming all the limitations, all the challenges, and certain things which you thought will never change since your childhood. You will change them. You will break those rules, you will break those norms at this time. Because whatever made you unhappy, you will break it away. And if you have a certain hobby, you're definitely investing a lot of time into that hobby, and it will bring financial growth. It will improve the quality of life for you because it brings so much of deep happiness. And of course, we have to see what Rahu is doing. We're also looking at Neptune in this analysis, where the Neptune is. The Rahu and Neptune both are in Pisces in the third house. So this is the house of tremendous growth. You're taking great efforts. The only challenge is that there is some doubt. So it's like you take 2 steps forward and 1 step backward. Sometimes 4 steps forwards and then 2 steps backwards. So the it's happening in a pattern of to and fro motion. You're not moving in a very steady and consistent manner ahead. You're taking your time. Sometimes you may go stagnant. You may have some doubt regarding your work. And then in the next phase, you're rushing and doing things beautifully. You will see exponential growth. And then you feel a bit stuck. Why you feel stuck? I think this is because of a very heavy feeling of what others are thinking of you, or how others perceive your success, how others perceive like what are the other people's perception regarding you. This keeps you stuck in this transit, but you are definitely getting very rich experiences. And again, this transit is about deep devotion towards something beautiful in your life. And this deep devotion is changing your journey for real. I cannot just, put my finger on what is changing for you. Something about you being a child you always wanted, and that just happens because you're removing those blocks, those fears which were instilled in you. This is a wonderful time to get back to the work, the project, the career path you were pursuing, to get back to it, resume it, and you see wonderful success as well. For Aquarius, Saturn will be transiting from your first house in Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, and Jupiter, which is the Nakshatra Lord for Purvabhadrapada, will transit from your fourth house in Taurus during this entire transit. So, what is the theme of this particular transit for Aquarius people? It is about fixing, healing, deeply devoted towards self, and also the theme is forgiveness. Jupiter, as in this transit, it's a blessing that Jupiter will be transiting from your fourth house, because it brings that sense of ease, that sense of comfort for you. You will understand the need to give yourself the comfort, rest which you need, the peace which you need, the harmony which you need. There's this understanding which will come through this transit, that certain situations which might have happened, certain situations which really broke you, shattered you, it was never about your mistake. Or even if there was some mistake, I think there's a lot of forgiveness which will happen in this particular transit, overcoming those challenges. There are times when you may be a bit harsh with self, trying to make up for something. Maybe like there was a crisis you have experienced, you're experiencing, you feel you haven't done enough, you might have been better. So what you may do is that you may overwork at this time. You may do things more than what is required. You may do certain things where you give yourself the pain so that the things may get better, so that self-punishment is a part of this transit which you have to take care of, because you must learn about being gentle here. That penance, okay, it's important, but I think moving to a very gentle version of you is the greatest need in this transit, and Jupiter will help you in this. Jupiter transiting from fourth house. There is a lot of mending happening here for self, emotionally, physically, and some kind of decision is being made that I will follow this or that. I will take care of my health. I'll deeply devote to my work. I will deeply devote towards my family. What is about your identity? Whatever you feel that, okay, this part of my life is carrying my identity. It's something about me so deep. You will work a lot. So healing is here, but also a lot of blaming. This transit may start with self blaming, which you have to completely get rid of. And you have to create space for forgiveness. This Purvabhadrapada is about repairing something, fixing something, something you left in the middle, and you're trying to reinitiate it to make it better. And it starts from you. What are you trying to make better? It's you. So there's more focus towards self here. There's more focus towards complete surrender to what is important in your life. And that is you. Number one, it's you. And Jupiter, which is the nakshatra lord for Purvabhadrapada, rules the second and the 11th house. So, yes, there is significant financial gain happening in this transit. It could be coming through inheritance, it could be coming through a profit, it could be coming through some long-term investment, but financial growth, financial abundance is here. Purchasing of a vehicle, purchasing of some luxury is happening. So happiness from different things in life. Happiness coming through small moments, everyday life, happiness through luxury, happiness through seeing success, the hard work you did, and how it is bringing a great reward for you. So that upliftment and joy is definitely there. But all you have to do is to avoid, to get rid of making yourself responsible for every single thing, how you blame self for every single thing. And along with that, we're also looking into the Rahu's placement, because Rahu is transiting from Pisces. We're also looking at the Neptune's placement in this analysis as well, because Neptune also deeply connects to Purvabhadrapada. So Rahu, Neptune in the second house in Pisces. This is about how you will share your valuable assets, whatever you love the most, what is significant to you. Are you ready to share it with someone significant? This might be a test in this transit. How much emotionally you want to invest into something. You want a particular achievement, you love it, but again you take two steps forward and then you take one step backward. That constant indecisiveness, uncertainty is there with Rahu, and Rahu is not bringing great results with respect to family life. It may bring the conflict, it may bring difference in opinions, it may bring overwhelming feelings, like as if people are not getting your point, you are being misunderstood. You may have a lot of expectations from someone, so that may also bring disappointment. So Rahu is not very easy in the second house for you, but you're also creating a life, a space for yourself at this time, which is very rich. Investing into certain friendships which are like home to you, these people like home to you. Investing into material stuff which brings that comfort to you. Reading a book, maybe doing certain activities which bring great comfort to you. So you are also focusing on the comfort, physical, emotional comfort. And financially, there is abundance, but you may have to share something with others. That sharing, that act of giving, may be challenging for you right now, because somewhere you feel that you have to share your things with those people who are not so good, who are not good towards you. So what's the point of sharing? You may be a bit over emotional as well, but great change for Aquarius people, because I think from here a major move happens, a major turn happens, and you're not looking back from here. Deep devotion towards your spiritual path, but a very deep devotion towards accepting certain reality, a certain truth about your life, and transforming that weakness into strength. So it could be major change, major events happening for you. It could be career change, it could be relationship, it could be financial changes, big changes. For Pisces, Saturn will transit from the Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, which is your 12th house. And during this entire transit, Jupiter, which is the Nakshatra Lord for Purvabhadrapada, will transit from the 3rd house in Taurus. I think at this time, you must learn to trust your decisions. And you must also learn to trust your worth and value. Because Jupiter in your chart rules the 1st house and the 10th house. And as Saturn transits from 12th house in the nakshatra of Jupiter, it is about dreams. This transit that is about the fulfillment of dreams. It could be the people around you who are not giving enough support or giving value to the dreams you have regarding your future. And I think this is very specific for you, and because Saturn is in Purva Bhadrapada and Jupiter rules such vital houses, 1st and 10th house. This is not just fantasy which you have in your mind. I think your dreams, what you have in your mind regarding your future, they have a very strong relevance, a strong connection with what lies in future. So do not give up on your dreams. Instead, again, that sharp focus, devotion, one-pointed focus is required in doing your work. And also, yes, I know that in this transit, Jupiter transits from 3rd house of communication. But you have to be very careful of what you communicate and what you say to the world. A lot of things need to be hidden in this transit. Whatever you are planning, whatever you want to create in life, whatever you want to do, don't try to tell a lot of people, because you may try to do this so that people will value you. Oh, you know what, I'm planning to buy this vehicle very soon, I'm planning to go to this place very soon. So not revealing your plans, because you want to look somewhere valuable, you want to look as if You want to look validated. You want your things to be valued, your life, whatever you're doing, to be valued, to get that appreciation or respect. So if just because of that, don't share much regarding your dreams. You can of course share what you feel with your loved ones. I'm not denying that. But what you want to create, I think Saturn in Purvabhadrapada 12th house shows that just do it. Show deep devotion to it. And to do that, you must create isolation, separation. You have to take out time for yourself. Maybe for a lot of people, this transit is about sleeping less and working more, because that will be your focus. I have this dream and it should be fulfilled. And do not limit yourself from thinking big or dreaming big as well. There is burden here because this is the house of subconscious, and I think you're more limited by your own ideas. What you think of yourself, what happened till now, the experiences. You limit yourself. Maybe I don't deserve it. Maybe this is not happening because I cannot do much better than this. That limitation needs to go away. And distractions also. There might be a lot of distractions, because we have to also look where Rahu is placed. Rahu is also in the sign of Jupiter in this particular transit. So Rahu in the first house. Neptune also right now is in Pisces, first house. So there are a lot of distractions. Whatever emotional connection you have with certain people or things. Sometimes we are very emotional about our belongings. We're very emotional about how we viewed our life. We're connected emotionally to people. So the emotional attachments are becoming distractions in this transit. Or you are very empathetic and a lot of your emotions, your energy is drained in getting into the battles of other people, being too kind, and it takes away a lot of energy. And for you, I also see some gain coming through travel. You may enhance your skill, whatever the work experience you may do at this time, whatever work experience comes through travel. For some people, it's just about commuting more because of your work, traveling more because of your work may happen. It might be draining, but this experience brings in financial growth. It brings more connection to your wisdom. Sometimes a detour, sometimes moving in a different direction. I took a different path while coming back to home today from my office. So it helps us to see something new. We explore something new. So that is what Saturn and Jupiter are bringing for you in this transit. Sudden discovery, sudden exploration of something which will help you to succeed in life. And there is a lot of courage here with respect to your professional journey. Jupiter rules the 10th house, so you will value yourself. You will value your knowledge, your wisdom, your information you carry. Financially, you will prosper. You will get very good opportunities as well, where your role as a teacher or like a consultant will be absolutely great. But you are burdened here as well, burdened maybe with responsibilities, and don't let those responsibilities limit you from thinking big at this time.